just like you. Oh, I wish I had a nickel for every miracle that you easily trick me into. You can lead a world of water. Oh, but faith is another matter. Oh, so don't you surrender. Oh, no, no. 'Cause sometimes salvation, you know, of the storm. Sister, do you wanna try and find me? I've no time for accusations or conversations on all the bad, bad things that you do. Just a note from the jailer. Drugs in the relation to all the people around you. You can lead a horse to water. Oh, but faith is another matter. Yes, it is. So don't you surrender. 'Cause sometimes salvation in the eye of the storm. Yeah. Sister, do you even wanna try find me? I get sick with your superstitions and all its twisted wisdom that I fell into. Oh, yeah. You can lead a horse to water. Oh, you know you can. But oh, yeah, faith is another matter. Yes, it is. Oh, so don't you surrender. No, 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 no. Sometimes salvation, salvation, you know, of the storm. Yeah. Sister, do you wanna try find me? Hey, sister, do you wanna try find me? Hey, sister, do you wanna try find me? 1, 2, 3.
You gotta hear this.
This is Inside the MANCAVE podcast show with Johnny COMPIAN.
Oh, there's my cue. It's my turn to talk. So here I am again. I jumped on the stream last night because I had one of my friends that came over and we had a few beers. And it didn't last that long because we just kind of like, we didn't plan anything. We just came in, we just jumped in. he's like, hey, we should go on live and stream. I was like, all right, cool. He wanted to talk about the NBA playoffs. I'm talking about Adam Coy. So we jumped on for a little bit, and he was done after that. He just talked for a couple minutes, and he was done. So I just turned the stream off. I know there was a couple of people that were trying to chime in, and that happens sometimes because you got to jump on and make sure that we're on live before we can interact at all. So I am live tonight. I just wanted to come in and check in with you guys and see how everybody's doing on a late Sunday, early Monday morning. It's back to the work week. The weekend seemed like it blew by, right? And if you were in the South Texas area, you experienced all that rain and craziness that went on around the state. So, yeah, we got some of that here. Minor damage here and there, but nothing like I'm seeing on the outskirts of Texas. Excuse me, I'm enjoying a cold Budweiser on an early or late Sunday, early Monday morning. Yeah. It was one of those days today where I was just kind of wanted just to kick back and not do much and kind of recoup a little bit. I got a long week coming up. Towards the end of the week, I'll be pretty busy, so I wanted to jump on and kind of chat with everybody on a late Sunday night, early Monday morning. I keep saying it because I keep reminding myself I get lost in these days sometimes, so I appreciate you guys jumping on when you can and checking out the replays. You can check out that replay of the stream we did last night that I was on with Adam Coy. And it wasn't that long of a stream. It was kind of, go back and forth. And one thing that I did bring up that I was really happy to talk about was NFL football. It's like, man, many camps are popping up here and there, and you're hearing news. So that's a good thing, right? I can't wait. I love football. And the NBA Finals is getting ready to happen. Western Conference, Eastern Conference Finals are getting ready to kick off on Tuesday and Wednesday. Very interesting series going on both sides, the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't know. I'm not too much into it. Yeah, LeBron's in it. I watch and you hear these names. You hear a lot of former Spurs players and different teams that are active right now, playing in these series. Case in point, Lonnie Walker, who's playing with the Lakers right now, who advanced. It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of people who really hate Golden State, and I was talking to my buddy last night. I was like, man, I have a hard time hating Golden State because they're not villains like back in the day when Barkley he would just talk smack to everybody. When the Knicks would come to town, there was always talk. The Rockets, everybody. There was a lot of people that they were always just chirping the whole time, and that was cool. When the playoffs are going along. And I don't know, today they had that Game 7 in Boston, and there was a lot of things that I had seen. It was like, it did seem there was like no defense at one point, and it's like just boring. Okay. So anyway, that's going on. I'm sure you can get all that in the proper places on social media. It's kind of just a brief thing of what I was doing today. I watched a little bit of NBA. Didn't really do much. Listen to some music. And that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to listen to some music and just kind of hang out and talk a little bit. Right? I don't know if there's anything wrong with that. So I'm going to try to wait and see people jump in. Maybe I should pass it on. I try not to put it on social media I kind of just come on and start chatting away because I really don't care if people jump on or whatever. So yeah, it's like late Sunday night, early Monday morning. It's crazy because there were the local media here they're always overhyping this weather, that the severe weather, and they start interrupting programming and all this stuff, and kind of ticks me off because they're making a huge deal about it, right? And then so everybody prepares. They run out to HEB and buy everything up. And even though the prices on everything are freaking outrageous, it's crazy. Yeah. That's another story for another day. But yeah, it's crazy how these weather folks on local news are going at it, for ratings, for, what they do, right? They go out for ratings, and I feel they overhype it, and every day we're getting extreme weather, nothing. We just get it that one Friday night, and that was it. And maybe just a little sprinkle here and there, and that was it. But they kept saying, hey, make sure to take your umbrella because it could get crazy at times. And there was nothing. It was nice. So that the sun actually came out today, which is a good thing. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing good. Hope that everybody enjoyed Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there. I don't really celebrate Mother's Day. I lost my mother at an early age. So I really, this day is kind of one of those days. It's like, man, you see all the pictures of people, showing their, themselves with their mother and their family, their grandmother. Yeah, so I really don't. I used to put all that on Facebook, and I'm sure people are like, some people just don't want to see it anymore. They're like, okay, I'm tired. It's overload. So I try not to do that, post pictures, and it depends on the situation. Yeah, but that's cool. Happy Mother's Day. I know it's early Monday morning, but happy Mother's Day. I never got a chance to say that to all the lovely mothers out there, because there is. It's a special day. It was a special day for all the mothers all over the country, grandmothers, and so that's awesome. So we move forward, and we got to press forward. So tomorrow's another day. So yeah, it's crazy. One of my buddies last night, he kept hitting me up because I kept getting alerts. Hey, I want to call in. I want to be on your show. I want to come in and talk. And we're like sitting in the front room and drinking, and I'm like, dude, we are off. I mean, I could have put the, the phone stream on, but so, I didn't. I kind of just like, nah, I'm not going to do that. But I appreciate, when people jump on, they want to be a part of the show, the stream. It just makes it better instead of just watching me. But yeah, I haven't watched the news in the last few days. I try to stay away from the news a lot because sometimes it can be overload where you're seeing it and they're talking about, I'm talking about national news where they're talking politics and they're talking about the economy and they're talking about about this and that and that. You know, when I see these local news alerts that pop up, you know, when you're watching TV on local TV, it just takes over. But yeah, I try to stay away from the news and stuff on the weekend and watch more sports and concerts on video or listen to music. I love listening to music. New music is always cool. I don't know. I mean, it's like I love sharing new stuff with you guys. I always tell you if there's something new that you want me to play or check out, let me know, and I'll definitely see if I can put it on. You know, so you guys can check it out. I'll take requests like it's a request line, but it's not. Just kind of like, hey, if you got something that you think I should be listening to, even if it's local from San Antonio or Austin, yeah, tweet at me at Johnny Compian. Let me know. I'm always down for new music. Yeah. Ah, man, that tastes good. So, I'm sure everybody's in bed or getting ready to go to bed, right? That sucks. I hate when I had to go to sleep early on a Sunday night. That was the worst feeling. But at one point I was programmed that way where it was like every Sunday night going into Monday, you had to stop drinking, you had to get yourself together and get ready for the week. Right? Get ready for the week and be ready for for work and for all that fun stuff. Yeah. But it's awesome to, you know, have a change of routine and career, change it up, right? I think that's a good thing. I think that's healthy sometimes. Because I get too used to doing the same thing. I did the same thing for years, changed up, on and off, doing this and that. And I think it's humbling sometimes, you know, when things like that, life events happen, and it's how you overcome, right? And how you handle all that, um, all the movement, and especially when it's financial. You know, we really take that because we get used to routine, you know, every 2 weeks, every week, you know, people get paid and, you know, things happen. Things happen. And right now you're seeing it all over the country where people are really in bad situations because everything is costing a little bit more, or not a little bit, but a lot more. I mean, you go out to eat now, you try to go out and just get a, you know, if you're out with friends or family and you want to go out and get a dinner, you know, sit down and break bread, you know, with friends, catch up, you know, have a beer and some food. Sometimes that's going to cost you a lot. That's going to cost you like a week's salary. Or people that are not, yeah, you're going to say, well, they shouldn't be out there. Well, you know what? At one point a few years ago, we could do that without any problems, without having to deal with, oh, am I going to have enough to get, you know, bread and eggs and juice and milk for the week? And yeah, some people are like, dude, we don't do it that way anymore. I understand. Okay. But some people still do. And all that is like everything just jumped up in price. And it screws everything up. People lose jobs. Things change up. We go through adversity in life. And I have a few friends that, you know, are dealing with adversity. Either being, it's like health or just going through a bad patch in life. I mean, I've been through it. We all been through it. And sometimes we don't want to talk about that stuff because it's like, you know what, I want to keep it to myself and I don't want anybody to know. I want to try to ride it out and land on my feet and kind of move forward. And some people can do that and some people can't because it's hard right now. It's really hard to have a job and to keep a job. And the argument is, you know what? There's plenty of jobs out there you should be doing. I agree. There is lots of jobs out there that we could do. But some people are not fit and cut out for that. Some people are like, you know what? This is what I'm used to doing. This is my trade. This is what I've been doing for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I get it. I understand that. But we have to try to find a way to make things kind of mesh up for us and make us smile again and feel like everything's good for a little bit. Because nothing's going to be perfect forever, right? We are going to go through ups and downs with everything. And you see that because you see it every day around you. I was working last week around the downtown area and just driving around the former place where I used to live, where I resided for years. I grew up in that area as a kid, and just watching all the changes and everything that's new that's trying to pop up and restart and make things different and better for that area. I get it. It's changed. People don't like it. And a lot of people that grew up in that area are not in it. Everybody's changed up, passed on. Things changed. Things change, man. The area I grew up in, the house that we owned downtown, by downtown in San Antonio, we got rid of that house. We sold it. And, just passing by there, and I just feel like, man, you know what? That was good to do that because I don't think I ever talked about this, but yeah, it was hard. It was a hard time in our lives when all that was happening because a lot of things happened in that time frame. A lot of changes, a lot of different things that were going on, and went through a lot of adversity, and it's hard to sometimes to think about those things because you just kind of want to forget all about that and kind of move on, right? I see and hear about a lot of friends, close friends, family members that are going through adversity right now. And all I do is I'm like thinking in my head, hey, just keep swimming. Make the best out of it because that's what we've done since we've been, kids. And as adults, the older generation is still with, some of us are they're still with us, and we always find a way to make things good and to make sure that we got food on the table, that we, the way we operated, it's still like that. There's a lot of my family members who are, everybody works and does what they have to keep a family together, right? So it's good to see that because, like I'm saying, I'm trying to get to my point, but I see a lot of change, and it's a lot of financial stuff that's going on because you drive by certain areas and places that were very heavily populated with businesses are all of a sudden it's a ghost town. And it's like, wow, I remember this where people were parking there and buying stuff. It was a lumber house. It was this, or a lumber store. Um, Here there was this. There was a restaurant. There was a meat market here. Um, and it's just hard to see where it's now. There is a lot of potential in that area, but there's little pockets where the homeless issue is there, and it's a huge presence of that, and it's hard to see that. It was the first time, I think it was the first time ever that I drove through, it was San Pedro Street. It was an early morning. I was working in that area, and there was a lady who was on the ground, and she looked like she was like laying on the sidewalk. And she's kind of just like, she's awake. She's like moving her body around on the ground. I'm like, wow, it's very eye opening and just sad. And people just, making little camps and sites. It's just very hard to see and to keep a smile when you see that. I don't know if you guys know, under Highway 281, leading into downtown, there used to be the police substation, and they used to have a radio station down there. It was KXZL. Used to be KZEP was down there. 104.5, I think. That's what the call letters were. KZEP. Well, now there's no substation. It's all empty, abandoned. Everything is like, it's like a desert down there. There's nothing. They have a few little micro brews that are down in that area. They're trying to make businesses. I don't know how it gets at night. I've never been out in that area at night. I never went in that area when I was growing up. Maybe we would drive by going in from downtown and heading back home, but never went out to a place down there. And they have, it's where that Hayes Bridge is, where everybody takes pictures and stuff. But underneath that bridge, it's incredible. You see people doing prom pictures, and it's crazy how now there's it's a lot of homelessness down there. A lot of homeless people packed underneath that bridge. It was underneath where the substation was. I think maybe a few years ago I passed by, and it was like loaded with people down there. Yeah, it was pretty sad. But the saddest part about seeing people in distress and homeless, and I'm not going to point fingers and yell at people and try to make you do something that you don't want to do, or you're not, you don't want to do that. I'm not here to preach at you and tell you what to do and how to live your life. I'm just talking about what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing is not good. It's not good at all. It's actually pretty sad. It's heartbreaking to see, because you see those people and it's really bad. It's really bad. And it's heartbreaking. It really is. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, and it's hard to turn away. And it's hard for people to it's hard to see and not be able to do anything about it, because right away we want to help, right? We want to help as citizens of this city. We want to help, and you see it and you're like, man, at first, the panhandling, people were there, and everywhere you would go, every stoplight, people were trying to get money and this and that. But now you see all the little camps everywhere, and that's underneath in the east side where I grew up. It's just pretty bad. But my point is, there was one thing that really gets to me when I see it. When I see it and it's in my face, and when they have people have pets, and they bring them with, like these people that are homeless, they have these pets. And the other day it was heartbreaking. The dog, he was tied up, right, and had no water. The guy had him right in the center of the road there, right in the middle lane where there's traffic going left and right. And the dog just looked like just get me out. He looked stressed out, and the guy looked like he just told the dog to sit right here and don't freaking move. And the bad part is that people give because people see the pet, they see the dog, and they see these people that are in distress, and like, hey, you know what? Here's some money. Get the dog some food and some water. And it didn't happen that way. They use that money, and the dog doesn't end up getting anything. Maybe just a little, half, maybe not even a quarter of what the people are getting. And I'm sure they make some decent cash. I just hate when they bring in dogs, and just, to me, it's like, this is heartbreaking. It's a few times that I've seen it, and I feel like getting off and like, hey, I will buy the dog off you. Just give me the dog so I can, get it some help and put it in a home somewhere. That right there to me is the worst. Anyway, yeah, they're trying down on the east side under that 281 bridge by downtown. They're trying to bring, microbrews, but you have all those camps down there. It's almost looking like Austin. I know, when I was commuting into Austin and working, and I was staying there, it was like it's all around. And it was really, really bad at one point in Austin, where you were seeing it everywhere, and it was just disturbing. But now you see it here, but it's not. They're going out, and they're not just staying out. Some people don't stay out in the open. They find little camp areas, and they build like a whole little town, man. And all the money they've made all day, they're buying alcohol and whatever and partying, man. It's crazy. I don't like it. I wish we had more control over that. But there's other things to worry about, right? It's just stuff that I was seeing, and it was kind of bothering me. I don't know. It's just it's heartbreaking. Like I told you, I saw that one young lady. It was like maybe 8:30 in the morning. She's on the sidewalk on San Pedro, and who knows what she was on. She was on something, and people are just going on like nothing. And I had just never seen anything like that in San Antonio. Maybe downtown years ago, where people would get drunk and pass out on a park bench or something, but nothing like this extreme, where people are, they're hurting and they're on drugs, and it's like, wow, okay, it was reality to me, because I don't frequent those areas, and I'm like, wow, this is not good. I just wish that there was more things that we can do for people, instead of just letting them kind of just die off. It's crazy. Yeah, so it was an interesting morning, because I did see a lot of stuff, and it kind of got my, I'm always thinking about stuff, And I think I talked about it in one of my podcasts about how we're never going to get the parade back to where it was before, and the Fiesta Flambeau or whatever they call it now, because all those condos and everything they're doing on Broadway, and they changed the routine up, and it's like, oh goodness. Yeah, just a lot of things were changing. I think it hit me all at once, and I was like, oh God, like it was so depressing to see. And then like everybody that you know, friends and family who are going through stuff too, you're like, everything is just piling up, and you don't want to overreact. I never try to overreact or let it get to me like I did before and try to take action right away and try to solve everybody's problems or help them with something. And I just stopped with that. So now I just kind of I back off. I observe. I think. And if there is something I can do or help, I definitely will try. But a lot of times it just like sits there, and then I keep thinking about it, like, what can I do to help? What can I do to make things better? And in the end of the day, I mean, it's like right now in society, it's just it's hard for lots of people. There's a lot of hatred going on. That's one thing I always emphasize. It's like, man, why are we so upset? What is the problem? Yeah, finances, that are not lining up, things that are not happening for us. That could be frustrating. Losing the job, losing a parent, losing a friend, losing a partner. Yeah, it's going to set us off, and we're just going to blow up. But I don't understand all the hatred. You see it every day. You read about it, and you witness it. I see on social media people will post stuff. I have friends that I know are very active, who are people in the spotlight. And I like following them still because they always bring something good, some kind of light, some positive light into my thought process and to other people's in the community. And that's why I still follow certain people that I used to work with or I know or that are influencers in this city, because I think that's what we're missing. I think a lot of people are just kind of afraid of coming out and trying to speak their mind and help and things that we can do to change, to make things better. I think if we keep quiet and just say, hey, it's not here in my area or near my house, I'm okay. So you just kind of go on with your life, but it's always going to be there. I read this about a friend who is a very popular person in the city. And something happened with the weather and some kind of event they were doing. And she did something, and one person didn't like it, and they actually tracked down this person and left a note on their car, and with a bunch of like cuss words, and this person comes on, and's like, hey, you know what? And she kind of showed the note, but scratched out the bad words and stuff. And it's like, it was creepy as fuck. I'm like, man, like, is it bothering you that much? You have to chase this person down, track their car down, and then leave that note there. That's fucking disturbing. I mean, don't you have anything better to do than track a person down because you don't like the way they did something? Come on. You got to be better than that. That's very shallow. And it exists every day. Like, if you pass somebody up and you want to turn, you're like, man, I need to get to this right lane. And people don't pay attention, and you get in front of them, all of a sudden there's a fight. It's like, man, I don't want to fight. I'm just trying to get to do this thing that's important. I apologize if I'm in your way because you're on your way to Bill Miller's or Wendy's or church's chicken. I don't know. I mean, and you're upset. Like, I'm sorry. It's horrible. We need to really take a step back. Every single person out there is responsible for this, because you go to the grocery store, it's like that. Everybody wants to fight. Everybody is looking at each other and just kind of just hates each other. It's like, man, I always try to just keep look. I always open the door for people. You know, let people in, let people pass in front of me in the car, or I don't care. I don't mind. I'm not in a rush. And even if I'm running late, hey, if you need to get somewhere, go ahead, go around me. You don't have to tailgate me and cuss me out. When there's a lane to the left and right, go around me and go on with your day. But you got to flip me off, and you got to try to run into my car, and just like, oh man, it's tough. When I read that today about that friend on social media, I just shook my head. That's all I can do nowadays, is just shake my head. Because people are gonna be who they are. They don't give a shit about what you think. There's no common courtesy. Everything is out the window now. I mean, there's no fixing this. I don't know what happened. I mean, I kind of got a thought about that. But I mean, things have really changed for the worst. People are so aggressive. You don't know who's pissed off and is ready to take you out. And I've told you guys, there's a website on Twitter. I'm going to put the link up. And it's all based on 6th Street. And there's fighting. There's fights every freaking day. And you'll know when the cops are coming because you hear the whistles. They're tired of arresting people, so they blow the whistle coming from a distance. They're like, hey, we're coming. So the closer the whistle gets, that's when everything kind of goes away. Everything disperses and everybody moves on. But these people are beating the crap out of each other. I mean, there's like people ganging up on one person, or there's a group of people just like wailing on each other on 6th Street. It's disturbing. The Dirty Six, man, strikes again. And the website has so many followers and so many views. People love to see that. Life has changed for the worse. There's no changing it right now. It is what it is. So you really got to be careful on your surroundings, right? You got to be careful on who you cross, what you say, what you do. There's certain things you can't do in your car. Maybe you can't flash the light to somebody if you're trying to tell somebody you can go. They think you're doing something else. And all these things there, it's things that I'm hearing or I read about. So I try not to do any of that. I try to go and do what I need to do and get back to the safe zone, which is not even in your home you're safe anymore. I mean, at least I think so. Yeah, it's very, very depressing. But anyway, enough of that stuff. I got some news. You guys heard about when was it last Thursday or Friday? They released the lineup for ACL, the 2023 ACL Festival in Austin. The Foo Fighters will be there. Kendrick Lamar is going to be there. Shania Twain, Alanis Morissette. Of course, I have to go see the Foo Fighters. I've never seen the Foo Fighters before, ever. I'm a huge Foo Fighter fan, and I've never seen them. And I don't know. The lineup is pretty weak. I mean, let's just put it out there. It's pretty weak. But I think the Foo Fighters will definitely get a huge crowd. Definitely get a huge crowd. and they always bring it. Dave Grohl and the guys always bring it. It'll be sad that Taylor Hawkins will not be there. In spirit, he will. But it's the Foo Fighters, man. You know what? If the people at ACL, they should have lined this up a little bit better. But I know Pearl Jam's been there before. But what they could have done is said, you know what? Forget the Moody Center. Let's bring them on. Let's do Pearl Jam and Foo Fighters. Who else is coming out with new stuff? Let's put Aerosmith on there. Let's put the Black Crowes on. Crowes have been on there. Aerosmith's never done ACL. Who else? There's a lot of bands touring. Put the Archangels. The Archangels are out there touring still. I saw them here a few years ago at the Aztec. Minus the bass player, who is, he can't play bass anymore. But yeah, put Spoon on there. Put Gary Clark. There's a lot of stuff that I'm seeing on this lineup, and I'm like, who is that? But that's what ACL is about. You go in there and you discover new stuff. That's how I discovered Spoon. I discovered, who else? There's so many bands that I've seen at ACL that I was glad that I was there to witness and to see them. And that's what it's all about. But I was just like, man, if you're sitting in a room and you got all these bands out there trying to get something going, bring them all in. Bring them all in, right? Bring them all in. Have just everybody come in. They don't have to be there the 2 weekends. I think that would be wonderful. Aerosmith, the Black Crowes, Spoon. Who else? Who else could we throw on there? Metallica's already been there. Metallica's on another level right now. That'd be cool to have U2 at ACL, right? And I think I'm being selfish because I'm like, I want to go see U2 in Vegas, and it's going to be very tough, but I'm going to do it. I will be at one U2 concert in Vegas later on this year. And Pearl Jam. Red Hot Chili Peppers and the Strokes are playing here in San Antonio on Wednesday. And I want to go see the Strokes. I'm a huge Strokes fan. I've seen them before in Austin. Never seen them in San Antonio. I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I will not go into the Alamo Dome. No. There's no way, even if you gave me a free ticket, I would not go. No. I'd rather just watch the video. The Alamo Dome, I hate it. You guys know how I feel about the Alamo Dome. So I'm not even going to open that up right now. But I won't go. Even if you bought me a ticket and said, hey, you want a front row seat? I'd be like, no, keep it. I wouldn't waste my time. And I want to go really bad. I want to go really bad to that show. I don't know. I might consider it. But you got to take a lot of money because it's going to cost you to drink. It's going to cost you to Uber it. And for everything else, to get some of that pizza and the stale nachos and the popcorn. Right? That's what they had when they had the stadium tour. It was horrible. It's horrible. Horrible experience. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully that will go down at some point. And you know, I don't know. You want to play some music? Let's play some music. I need to take a break. And yeah, I'm going to take a break. But I'm going to play some jams and then come back and talk to you guys some more. See if I can get more people on. If you can pass the word along, that'd be great. I appreciate it. Yeah, so let's play some music. And I'll come back. Enjoy this music. I'll be back. All right?
Standing in line to see the show tonight, and there's a light on, heavy glow. By the way, I tried to say I'd be there, waiting for Danny the girl is singing songs to me beneath the marquee overlook. Stick knife, car chop, con job, okay. Skin that flick, she's such a little DJ. Get that quick, my street, but not the freeway. Turn that chick to make a little leeway. Beat that nick, but not the way that we play. Dog down, bloodbath, ribcage, soft tail. Standing in line to see the show tonight, and there's a light on, heavy glow. By the way, I tried to say I'd be there, waiting for blackjack, dope dick, pawn chop, quick pick. Kiss that dyke, I know you want the whole one. Now tell straight, but I'm about to blow one. Fight that mic, I know you never stole one. Girls that like a story, so I told one. Salford, mean line, cashback, hot top. Standing in line to see the show tonight, and there's a light on, heavy glow. By the way, I tried to say I'd be there, waiting for Danny the girl is singing songs to me beneath the marquee oversold. By the way, I tried to say I'd be there, waiting for kissing in the mooch, 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 kissing in the mooch. Standing in line to see the show tonight, and there's a light on, heavy glow. By the way, I tried to say I'd be there, waiting for Danny the girl is singing songs to me beneath the marquee oversold. By the way, I tried to say I know you from before. Standing in line to see the show tonight, and there's a light on, heavy glow. By the way, I tried to say I'd be there, waiting for. Can I get your hand to ride on? Just a piece of leg to bite on. What a night to fly my kite on. Do you wanna flash a light?
This is Inside the MANCAVE podcast show with Johnny COMPIAN.
You got a little warm up there for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who will be in town this Wednesday, I think, at the Alamo Dome. Worst place to have that. I wonder how many tickets they've sold. Is it almost sold out? Very interesting to see the numbers on that. Because what the city is selling us is saying, hey, look, we're fine when it comes to concerts. We brought you Elton. We're bringing you Pink. Who else? We're bringing you what else? Oh, we got you a Bad Bunny. We got you the stadium tour. Who else? Doesn't matter. I don't like that place. I hate it. Please, don't book any concerts there. Because then I can't go. I don't want to go to that place. I can't drive up like the AT&T Center, hang out, tailgate with my friends, and have a good time because it's, I don't know. I don't like the whole vibe there. I hate it. Anyway, hope everybody's doing good. It is, what time is it? It's too late. Oh, it's like 12, what is it, 12:30 or 1:30? It's probably like 1:30 in the morning here. Yeah, 1:30 in the morning. And you got me still blabbing. I appreciate you joining me. If you're still out there awake, if you're a night owl like I am, I appreciate it. Yeah, I just wanted to jump on and talk some smack about a few things and kind of explain what happened last night, because last night's stream was like 19 minutes. So yeah, I'll probably jump off. I'll probably play another tune for you, and after this, kind of move on and end the stream, because it's it's getting late already. Nobody's watching. Nobody cares. So it's time to end it, right? If you got one person watching, it's pretty depressing. So until next time, we'll stream again. I will be coming out with a new podcast, maybe Wednesday morning. Look out for some shorts. I'm coming in with some new shorts and some entertaining stuff for you guys. So I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out the podcast or the live stream. I appreciate it. You guys take care.